Style requirements, conversational tone. Short sentences max 20 words each. Use rhetorical questions. Length, 1,000 to 1,200 words, spoken words count. That's quite long for short sentences, max 20 words. Need to produce roughly 1,000 to 1,200 words, but each sentence short less than or equal to 20 words. We'll need around 50 to 60 sentences, if average 18 words. But also rhetorical questions interspersed. We must produce just the spoken words, the script. Must not include any stage directions, no cut to etc. We must ensure each sentence is less than or equal to 20 words. That includes punctuation? Usually each sentence ends with period. Must count words. We'll need to produce about 1,000 to 1,200 words. Let's calculate. If each sentence 15 words, then 70 sentences equals 1,050 words. That's a lot of sentences, but possible. Must ensure each sentence less than or equal to 20 words. Use rhetorical questions. Must start with the exact opening sentence. That sentence has maybe 13 words. I wish someone had told me this before, it could have saved me thousands. Count, I have 1, wish 2 someone 3 had 4 told 5 me 6 the 7 before it 8 could 9 have 10 saved 11 me 12 thousands 13. That's 13 words, if before it counts as before it. Good. Now we need to continue with short sentences less than or equal to 20 words each. Use rhetorical questions. Conversational style. Should talk about rights during a traffic stop and vehicle search. Include key points: right to remain silent, right to refuse consent to search, right to ask if you are free to go, right to record, right to request officer's name/badge, right to not answer questions beyond identification, right to ask for a lawyer, right to not consent to search a vehicle, probable cause, exceptions, inventory searches, plain view, search incident to arrest, etc. Also talk about typical police tactics, how to respond calmly, not argue, keep hands visible, etc. Use rhetorical questions like, do you know your rights? What would you do? Can they search without a warrant, etc.? We need to keep each sentence less than or equal to 20 words. Let's produce maybe 80 sentences of average 14 words equals 1,120 words. That's within range. Must count carefully. We must ensure each sentence length less than or equal to 20 words. Let's draft sentences and count. We can produce a script like, 1. I wish someone had told me this before, it could have saved me thousands. 2. You get pulled over. Stay calm. Keep hands visible. 3. Do you know you can stay silent? 4. You only need to give name and license. 5. Ask if you are free to leave. 6. If they say yes, you may go. 7. If they say no, you are detained. 8. Do you have to answer questions? 9. No. You can invoke the 5th. 10. Can they search your car without consent? 11. Only with probable cause or a warrant. 12. What counts as probable cause? 13. Seeing contraband in plain view. 14. Smelling marijuana may qualify. 15. But smell alone is debated. 16. Do you have to consent? 17. Never give consent voluntarily. 18. Say clearly, I do not consent. 19. Can they search after arrest? 20. Yes, incident to arrest. 21. What about inventory searches? 22. They may inventory impounded vehicles. 23. Do you have to unlock your phone? 24. No. You can refuse. 25. Can they force you to unlock? 26. Only with a warrant. 27. What if they threaten you? 28. Stay polite. Record everything. 29. Is recording legal? 30. Yes, in public spaces. 31. Ask for officer name and badge. 32. Write it down immediately. 33. Do you need a lawyer now? 34. You can request one anytime. 35. What if you cannot afford one? 36. Public defenders are available. 37. Can you refuse a field sobriety test? 38. Yes, but refusal may have consequences. 39. What about a breathalyzer? 40. Implied consent laws apply. 41. Refusing may mean license loss. 42. Do you know your state laws? 43. Research them before driving. 44. Can police ask for your destination? 45. You do not have to answer. 46. What if they ask about weapons? 47. You can say you have none. 48. Do you have to open the trunk? 49. Only with consent or warrant. 50. What if they claim consent? 51. Do not argue. State refusal clearly. 52. Can they detain you longer? 53. Only for reasonable time. 54. What is reasonable? 55. Usually under 20 minutes. 56. Can you leave after that? 57. Ask politely if you are free. 58. If they say yes, go. 59. If they say no, stay. 60. Do you have to sign tickets? 61. Signing is not admission. 62. What if you disagree? 63. Contest in court later. 64. Can you film the stop? 65. Yes, keep phone visible. 66. Do officers need a warrant for phone? 67. Generally yes, unless exigent. 68. What is exigent circumstance? 69. Immediate danger or evidence loss. 70. Do you know your rights now? 71. Share this video. Protect others. 72. Knowledge saves money and freedom. 73. Stay safe. Stay informed. Now count words per sentence. Need each less than or equal to 20 words. Also total words 1,000 to 1,200. Let's count approximate words. We'll need to count precisely. Let's count each sentence. But we may need more words to reach 1,000 to 1,200. Current estimate, about 73 sentences. Average maybe 12 words equals 876 words. Not enough. We need 1,000 to 1,200 words. Could increase number of sentences or length each up to 20 words. But we must keep each less than or equal to 20 words. Let's try to increase each sentence to near 20 words to push word count. Also, we can add more rhetorical questions. But the requirement, style, conversational, short sentences max 20 words, rhetorical questions. So each sentence must be less than or equal to 20 words, but we can have many sentences. The total word count of script, spoken words, must be between 1,000 to 1,200 words. We can produce perhaps 100 sentences of 12-15 words each equals 1,200 to 1,500 words. But we must stay within 1,000 to 1,200. Let's aim for about 1,100 words. We need to count precisely. Simplify, we'll produce maybe 90 sentences with average 13 words equals 1,170 words. Might be okay. But must ensure each less than or equal to 20 words. Better approach, produce script with known word count. Let's design systematically. We'll write each sentence, count words, adjust to ensure less than or equal to 20. We'll also embed rhetorical questions frequently. We also need to start with the exact sentence. I wish someone had told me this before, it could have saved me thousands. That counts as first sentence. We'll include that. Now we need to produce 1,000 to 1,200 words total including that sentence. Let's compute words per sentence. Let's attempt to produce about 85 sentences with average 13 words equals 1,105 words. That seems doable. We need to ensure each sentence less than or equal to 20 words. Let's design sentences with about 13 to 16 words each. Also rhetorical questions. We'll need to count words precisely. Let's adopt a method, write each sentence, count words manually. We can produce maybe 85 sentences. But manually counting each might be tedious but doable. Let's attempt to produce a list of sentences with word counts. We need to guarantee total word count between 1,000 and 1,200 inclusive. Let's produce a script of about 1080 words. We'll count after writing. Subscribe to Rights Unlocked for more legal insights that protect your rights every day.